Good morning, Mr. Martin. Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 8, 2025, officers were dispatched to a weapons call at 821 Custer Street in Harris County, Texas. The caller stated that there were about 10 people fighting, and the caller saw a gun. The officer observed a multitude of people walking from the street into the property and saw the defendant fitting the description as the person with the gun. The officer approached the defendant, and he admitted to having a gun on his person. Upon the frisk, the officer felt the outline of a firearm in a crossbody bag on the defendant's person. The officer removed the handgun from the bag. The defendant is 19 years old.
What's he doing wrong? All right, I'm going to find no probable cause in your case, Mr. Martin. Be careful. You know, you're 19, you have a gun. God forbid you use it. Put yourself in such a deep hole. You know, really.
Here's where it gets interesting. The judge just dismissed probable cause. That means the state didn't prove enough evidence to move forward, at least for now. But notice how he still warns Martin. That's a life lesson disguised as leniency. You think he'll take it?
Go to school, get some knowledge, get a good job. You'll get a ton of money, and then life's great. Life sucks without money. I promise you. Don't end up in a hole, hang out with dogs, because all you're going to do is get fleas, you know? Take a seat, please. Good morning, Mr. Wolf.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 7, 2025, Officer 1 was dispatched to check by a unit at the 3800th block of Revokes Street regarding a minor crash. Officer 1 made contact with Officer 2, who on-viewed a two-motor vehicle accident. Officer 2 observed the defendant operating a silver Ford minivan and crashed with a black Hyundai Santa Fe. Both drivers were moved to a gas station. The witness of
Now pay attention. The judge's tone shifts as soon as Mr. Wolf steps up. Second DWI, that's serious business. A repeat offense like this means higher bond conditions, stricter monitoring, and zero tolerance. You can almost feel the judge tightening control with every word.
observed the defendant driving the silver minivan and stated she observed the defendant crash into her. The officer observed the defendant to have bloodshot, glossy eyes and sluggish speech and poor balance. SFSTs were administered, 6 out of 6 clues on the HGN, 5 out of 8 clues on the walk and turn, 3 out of 4 clues on the one-leg stand. The defendant was placed under arrest and read the DIC, and he consented to provide a blood specimen.
It's not back.
No.
Prior DWI, just one from with us or any more?
It looks like there is a pending DWI from Galveston County from back in 2021.
Can you please confirm whether that is actually pending now? Because I'm going to have big issues if that is actually pending. Please. I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case, Mr. Wolf. I'm ordering you now. Just take a seat for me in the jury box. I'm not ready to go forward. I want to know if you have an open DWI. Come up, Mr. Wolf. Guys, I have found that there's probable cause to go forward with your DWI second in here. You also have another DWI in another county. Stop.
Okay, that was driver without license.
Stop.
Yes, sir.
I don't want you to say anything. I will appoint you a lawyer today, but it's unacceptable that you continue to pick up cases here, there, everywhere. Unacceptable. And I don't think that a PR bond is the right thing to do. I'm now going to revoke the PR bond and he goes with you. You're a danger to our community. That's unacceptable.
Just driver.
Stop. I will appoint you a lawyer. I don't want you to say anything now. I would like to talk to a lawyer. Can you appoint him someone, please? You are not to drive at all. I don't care what you're going, what you need to do. Do not drive. The only thing I'm asking you to do is please don't kill someone on our roads. That's all I'm asking you to do, man. Every single day we have an intox man, an assault that happens because of this.
Fantastic.
Stop. There is probable cause to go forward. We have trials to determine that, but I have found that they're sufficient to go forward. You've got multiple cases open in another county. Goes with you. I will appoint your lawyer. You tell your side to the lawyer, and then we can talk after. Ready?
Judge, may we approach on bail on Mr. Wolf?
Okay.
Your Honor, as you know, I mentioned that information, so we did look it up on that case. Delos Santos that it was active, but we just looked it up on their public records, and that DWI, the same cause number on the NCIC was dismissed.
But he still has open Galveston cases.
Still has open balance cases there for, I guess.
The interlock device, that's the small breathalyzer installed in your car. You have to blow clean air just to start it. The judge is basically saying, I don't trust you to drive sober without proof. Harsh? Maybe. Necessary? Absolutely.
Possession of marijuana and a driving without a license. So those are the two, the DWI is not.
Do you mind bringing him out? Mr. Wolf?
He's over an 8. And Judge, I did not talk to him all about the facts of his case, and normally I do before I approach. I just wanted to reapproach on the bond, so.
Yeah.
I've already told him I'd make an appointment to talk to him.
Have you run his license?
I'll run it right now. He is not eligible.
That's too much.
I think it's gonna happen. The clerk looked, driving without a license, and just assumed that it was driving while intoxicated.
Yes, probably so. You said he does have
Yeah.
charges in Galveston?
He does.
Possession?
Someone locked the back gate and left it open for you. Now it's
Driving
closed.
with license.
That's, yeah, so.
No, there is. Let me make sure they still get it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I mean, I
It's
got a
okay.
job, I
That's
take
okay.
probation, I got ankle monitor or something, I got a job and all that, I was thinking and I was trying.
I'm gonna help you, but let's try to get it, let's at least try to get it lowered to get you out today.
I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my community
Yes, sir.
at all costs. I don't care who you are. I don't care what color you are. If you're a small farm animal, everything in my power to protect my community.
Yes, sir.
You have 2 open cases in Galveston, and now you've picked up a case here. Does he have a license?
It's not eligible, Your Honor.
You are not allowed to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive, Mr. Wolf. And I want you to understand and hear me crystal clear that if I find that you drive and I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every single time you drive. I don't care that you need groceries. I don't care that a kid has to go to the hospital. I don't care that there's a burning building and you have to save 50 kittens. If you don't have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, then you're not to drive. You now stand charged with the DWI second in this court. I am now also placing an additional restriction on your license that you're not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have a guardian interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle and it doesn't have an interlock on it, because I send notice to DPS in Austin so that every police officer in this state knows you get pulled over, you don't have an interlock on that car, they will take you directly to jail. I'm going to honor your PR bond today, but I'm putting a whole host of restrictions on you. And if I find that you violate these restrictions, I will violate that bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, and I'm telling you, I'm going to test you within the next couple weeks to see whether you are using. If 50 plus days have passed and you test positive for marijuana, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The only thing I care are my streets and that they're safe. And if you don't have a license and you ain't got insurance, then you're not going to drive. You will now get a portable device that you're going to take everywhere you go to prove to me that you're not using alcohol. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to test you for weed here momentarily. Hey. They filed 2 surrenders on Mr. Galvan's case. I just need to know your position. I sent you a picture of it. Can you just take a look and let me know what you say? Correct. Okay, just wanted to know. Okay, thanks, Shane. All right, take care. I'm honoring our bond. I'm letting you out. You hold.
Okay, so here's where the courtroom energy dips into frustration. The judge is visibly irritated, and for good reason. Missing reports, unclear timelines. That's sloppy paperwork that can literally decide a person's freedom. Would you pause the case or push through?
The keys to this jail cell. You know what's expected of you. You pick up a 4th case. I'm going to go cuckoo for cocoa on your bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We have also given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with her. If she tells me she can't get a hold of you because you've gone AWOL, you've taken off, picked up a new case in another county or whatnot, that's it.
Give him a card before you take it back in there. Oh, okay. Thank you.
We'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I will get you to Victoria where you will sign a reset. You will then get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and then you guys can talk about this case. Don't pick up a 4th case. Okay? All right, Ms. Teachy.
Judge, may I be excused? I've made arrangements to talk to him about his case. I'll give him a call.
You ready?
I am always ready.
Let's rock and roll.
Judge, was this one CHA?
No, I gave her an application.
So the smoking jacket thing, Judge, that I just not.
You did. It's okay.
Smoking.
Well, it's too early, man. Come on up, sir. Is it Delos Santos you said?
Yes. It was under Santos
Yes, page
on the
19.
docket, but it's.
I see it. Got it. All right, Mr. De Los Santos, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine because of the high blow. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 9th, 2025, at approximately 6:34 a.m., an officer responded to a major accident on the 6100th block of North Fry Road in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the witness, who was traveling south on North Fry Road, and stopped at an intersection of West Little York Road, and he began to drive. When the light turned green, he was struck from behind. He exited his motor vehicle and observed the defendant in the driver's seat. The officer observed rear damage to the witness's motor vehicle. The witness stated the defendant was transported to the hospital. The officer observed heavy front damage to the defendant's motor vehicle, but no closed or open containers in his motor vehicle. The officer made contact with the defendant at Katy Memorial Herman's Hospital. The defendant stated that on March 8th, 2025 at 6 p.m. he was drinking at a friend's house. The defendant stated he drank until 4 a.m. the next morning. He admitted to driving under the influence, resulting in a major accident. The defendant had visible scrapes and injuries on his face, arms, and legs. The officer observed the strong odor of alcohol upon his breath, red bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. SFSTs were administered. 6 out of 6 were observed on the HGN. The walk and turn and one leg stand could not be conducted due to injuries. IVs, and the defendant had IVs and the defendant was wearing a neck brace. The nurse checked his vitals and ensured the defendant was in good health to be discharged from the hospital. The defendant was read the DIC and agreed to a breath test. The results were 0.166 and 0.169.
How long from the time of the accident to the time that he goes to the hospital? Is it immediate?
So I don't believe it states what time accident occurred and what time he was transported to EMS, or transported to the hospital, but it's before the officers were able to arrive on scene and do an investigation of the accident.
He doesn't write down what time the accident is? Do you have the OR?
Been a lot of that going on lately in DIMS.
I don't understand who's writing these reports.
I don't know, I thought intake was
No,
supposed
I
to
don't get it.
improve on January.
It's important to know how long it takes him to get to the hospital, right? And then I guess he's discharged immediately after he gets to the hospital. I mean, that can't be because he does, how long does it take to get into an emergency room? It takes forever. When I have a family member that goes to the hospital, it takes 12 hours just to get seen.
Yeah.
And then he goes and he blows a 16 after. I mean, I don't know, look, I'll give you a little bit of time. Take a look to see.
And getting, hopefully the office report can clear it up. We don't have that back yet. Correct.
I just want to know that there's not a disconnect. Like it doesn't take 12 hours to get from here to here, because you know how long it takes to get to hospitals, and it's ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm going to put it on hold for now because we got a whole.
Today or?
No. Later, like I'll give him a couple, like maybe an hour or so. Do you have anywhere else to go?
I have plenty of places to go.
Yeah, I bet. So go do what you need to do. Come back. Let's revisit PC in a little bit, will you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Take a seat if you're in the juror box. Don't leave. And then I think that we need to do a name change because they have it under Santos, but his name is Delos Santos. Delos Santos is the last name, not just Santos. Nathan, and it's Delos Santos.
That's correct. All three separate.
Or a name change. Right. But it starts with Delos Santos. Right. So that's, yeah. We're going to do a name change.
So we do have the office report back.
Okay. Are you ready now, or do you want some time to look?
Can we have? Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Based upon the offense report not having any, go ahead and stand here, and the DIMS report not having information that they're seeking, I think at this time, no probable cause finding is appropriate. However, it's my understanding that Chief Pace, since I trained him, will probably go and figure out all these facts and get it refiled correctly.
I wanted to give you a little bit of time. If,
Contact the officer.
huh?
I'm going to contact the officer.
And we
I
already
didn't
have.
want to go that far. I wanted to just see what the report has.
And
Because you being able to go contact the officer a little bit just beyond this, because it's not fair to them. But what I'm looking for is how long it takes from the accident to get to the hospital, to see, is it him that's driving? Is he intoxicated at the time of driving? Because that's what it calls for, right? That's what we need to know. So if you can just take a look real quick, go do what you need to do, come back maybe like 45 minutes. I just want to know what the timing.
I was just going to suggest, we already have a date of 4/14, that they could get this done in the interim and not have to scramble today with 50 other arraignments. That's all I was suggesting. But it's up to the court.
Looking at the OR, the timeline is not.
It's not in
OR
there.
for that.
They put any time in the OR?
The times that I have is that the witness said that they had been there since 6:30. Sorry, I don't know what that is about, but the only time that I have is that the blood sample was taken at
Breath right.
8.
Breath right.
He didn't write down what time the accident happened? Or what time he gets on the scene? There's got to be something, Look at the MDTs. There's got to be a time when.
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong offense report, Judge. I apologize.
It's okay.
I do have, based on the accident report, the crash time was 5:50 in the morning. And I'm not seeing, what we don't have here is, I think, the time.
I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned what time he gets to the hospital.
Yeah.
Crash occurs at 5 something in the morning.
Okay.
Does
And
he get
he's
to the-
admitted to the emergency room at 7 a.m., so it's roughly 1 hour after.
Well, he gets admitted at 7 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, so we're about an hour and a half after the crash. What time does the officer get there? Start interviewing, do you know?
The crash is at 5:50 a.m. The officers transport the defendant in at 6, so 10 minutes later. And
They transport him to the hospital.
yes.
Okay.
It's admitted in his emergency room.
What time does the officer get there to start the interview? Mr. Beadle, I just want to know that everything is in close proximity, because if he gets there, he starts interviewing like 12 hours later, I'm gonna have a problem.
And I think the DIMS will probably be supplemented appropriately. I know how much business you have today. I see all the arraignments here sitting in the audience. I think that they will get it done by the 14th of April, which is what I already have the date for. But I leave it to the court's discretion. I'm fairly certain it's not in there. You're doing great, by the way.
Your Honor, I don't see a time. It just needs to find out right at the hospital.
And the blood draws, what time?
It is at.
For the breath test, sorry.
Which is weird in and of itself, Judge, because they said he couldn't do the one leg stand or the walk and turn.
Because
But then they took him off to another location to do a breath test. It's just kind of weird.
It doesn't state that.
you don't even have the time of the breath test?
Not yet, no.
So it looks like if we're looking at her bond, I would ask that report, she would leave right to review it before considering it.
What do you think?
We have a date for the 14th. I'm sure they'll do it before
Okay.
then. His appearance is waived anyway, so he doesn't have to be here.
Okay, so,
Do you want to put some potential conditions on
No,
him,
I-
assuming? Okay.
so I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. Any prior DWIs? And valid license?
No prior DWIs and his driver's license is valid.
Okay, as long as you have valid liability insurance and a Texas driver license, you may continue to drive. But if you don't have car insurance, do not drive. It is a condition of your bond. Don't consume alcohol, don't use illegal drugs. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll waive your appearance while you're on bond in this court, but you must stay in touch with them. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging, or you pick up a new case, all bets off. I will put you in jail. You
Absolutely.
understand? Okay, I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll get you with Felicia for your bond condition, then you're free to go. All right, Mr. Beadle, always a pleasure. Happy Friday.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, ma'am.
On March 9, at approximately 3:14 a.m., the officer observed a vehicle driving without taillights and swerving its own lane side to side.
Now this one's tricky. The defendant's BAC is 137, well above the legal limit, but the judge still allows supervised release. That's what balance looks like. Accountability without cruelty. Still, one slip up here, and she's headed straight back inside.
The officer observed the vehicle failed to maintain a single lane and merged into another lane, almost colliding with the vehicle in that lane. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle, and she was identified by her Texas driver's license. The officer observed the defendant have bloodshot eyes, further speech, and odor of an alcoholic beverage on her breath and person. The defendant stated that she had 2 tequila drinks. SFSTs were conducted. This is 6 out of 6 on the HGS, 4 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 2 out of 4 on the one leg stand. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath. The results were at 0.137 and a 0.132.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Can you also look prior DWI's license, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Judge, on the testing, what is that? If I can pass on that message.
Just random testing. No alcohol, no dope,
Okay.
illegal drugs.
Yeah, I guess just so I can pass it on, if there's a pattern of nothing, can he reapproach in the future?
Of course. It's gotta, I mean, don't come in 2 weeks though.
No.
Right. But
Okay.
yes, of course.
License is eligible, no priority.
Okay, so you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with them. They'll tell you when you have to come back to court. As long as you don't pick up any new cases, we'll be fine. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll get you with Felicia for your bond conditions, then you're free to go, man.
All right, thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Don't leave your stuff on the table.
Yeah.
Right here in front of the judge.
Good morning, Mr. Robinson.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, you're charged with terroristic threat. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 7th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, at 315 Capitol Street in Houston, Texas. The complainant is a security guard for the building and was walking around Bagby when he found the defendant sleeping on the sidewalk. The defendant was not supposed to be there, and the complainant told him repeatedly that the defendant was not allowed to be there until around 11 p.m. at night. The defendant then began to get hostile and aggressive and threatened to shoot the complainant while slowly reaching into his bag. The complainant feared for his life.
Did you say he's not allowed to be there until 11 p.m.? Did I hear you say that? What is it?
I don't know. When the complainant, we did not charge a trespass in this case. So when the complainant said you're not allowed to be there, we leave back at 11, and that's when the response.
And say it again. What did he say again?
Complainant had repeatedly told the defendant that he was not allowed to sleep there until after 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And since it was before 11 p.m., he was therefore trespassing and not allowed to be on the premises. The defendant had threatened the complainant that he was going to get his gun and shoot him by signaling this might go in his bag with his plant field first.
He said, I'm going to get my gun and shoot you.
I don't have it both ways. Say the defendant threatened the complainant that he was going to get his gun and shoot him, signaling this by going to his bag.
Ask a question.
Who wrote the report? The actual officer who got threatened or someone else?
The officer did not write the report. I mean, the officer wrote the report, not the security guard. The security guard was the one who was threatened.
Mr. Robinson, I'm going to find probable cause for now. Okay. Let me give you a lawyer. Talk to the lawyer. Just don't have any contact with the security guard. That's the only thing I'm going to ask you to do. Right.
If I might say real quick, I know you're busy. They have a city ordinance. That's why you can't lay 11. But I was recently jumped. I got my medical records.
Look, don't tell me because I've got a bunch of DAs. I don't want you to say something that hurts the case. Let me give you a lawyer. Everything you say, when you want to tell me, tell the lawyer, and then they can tell me what.
I understand.
Okay.
Because the defendant works this location and we're not asked for no contact with this location.
What is this? What is this place?
It's in the Oslo building downtown.
That's the tongue. That's where I was at. The tongue.
Don't go back, please. The problem is I don't want you to run into the security officer. Then more bad blood comes up. They found more charges. That's why.
I understand. I never said that. I ain't tripping. I'm already filing a motion for discovery inspection. So I didn't even have a bag on me.
Don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat. Let me find your lawyer. And
Yes,
then,
sir.
okay, please.
Right this way. Judge,
If you can file this, please, the condition. No going back. Sorry?
Whenever you're ready to sign.
Yeah. I thought I signed it. Yeah, I signed it already.
You didn't know just now.
Yeah, so we can get them out. Mr. Lechuga, come up. We'll have you sign your condition. We'll get you out. You, Jessica Ariza? Ariza, come on up. Ariza, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford.
And here we are, an assault with a television. Yes, a television. It sounds wild, but in domestic violence cases, even everyday objects become weapons. The protective order isn't just paperwork. It's a lifeline. Notice how firm yet calm the judge stays. That's authority through empathy.
One will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
On March 9th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a suspicious person call. Officer met with the witness who stated that the defendant was looking for her children and was at a nearby residence. The officer then made contact with the complainant at the residence, who stated the defendant had been intoxicated at a family gathering earlier, and they began to argue at home before the defendant assaulted the complainant. The defendant admitted to striking the complainant with the television. The officer noted the complainant to be bleeding from his face. The complainant is her ex-husband.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this complaining witness and not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you see a protective order that has been issued in this?
It needs to be, signed.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm issuing now what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies Mr. Roberto Baron as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. Stalk, threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where he lives or where he works. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you violate this court order, the state can and probably will file a violation of protective order. That is one of the worst cases you can pick up. Just don't have any contact. Don't use alcohol, any dope. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Just, I'm going to protect my city at all costs. And if that means putting you in, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Now, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am?
No.
Do you work?
Yes.
Okay, you work full time?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have you fill out an application. Do you have any children?
I have 3.
Okay, I'll have you fill out an application. Let me take a look at it to see whether you qualify and then we'll talk. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions though. Don't worry, because since she'll be monitored for no alcohol, we'll have Felicia do it. Okay, please. Deputy Miranda will give you an application. All right, good morning, Mr. Lechuga. Good morning. So you're charged with displaying a fictional license is a plate, right?
That's it?
You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 7th, 2025, at approximately 6:32 a.m., an officer observed a vehicle with expired registration as of June 2021. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer ran the license plate and it returned to a different vehicle. The officer made contact with the defendant, the sole occupant, and the defendant stated he purchased the vehicle 7 months ago and had not been able to register the vehicle due to long work hours. The defendant was detained and the defendant stated he had already received a citation for displaying a fictitious license plate by the LaPorte Police Department in January of this year.
Okay. Can you run his license, please? Does he have a license? Mr. Lechuga, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I am placing conditions on your bond now that you are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name, car insurance. God forbid you get into an accident and you maim someone and they come after you and sue you for $50,000. You got to hire a lawyer. You'll never crawl out of that hole. That's why you get car insurance, because they're not on purposements or accidents for a reason. When you have insurance, they represent you. They'll get a lawyer for you. That's why you need it. If you don't have it, don't drive. Do you understand?
His driver's license is eligible.
Okay. So as long as you have those two, you may continue to drive. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Casanova and Mish. They'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. She tells you that you pick up a new case, you start acting a fool in the free world, I will take it away from you. All right, I'll have you sign a resale with Victoria and then we'll get you out of here. Thank you.
No driving affidavit?
You were on bond for an assault case that have taken off on us at least 3 different times, and now you've picked up a new case. You were charged with failure to identify oneself while being a fugitive from justice. On that case, you're now facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
On March 7, 2025, at approximately 4:44 p.m., an officer observed a vehicle with expired registration as of December 2024. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, advised he did not have any form of ID on his person, and provided his name as Daniel Escamilla, date of birth, April 24th, 1998. The officer did a search and saw the defendant did not resemble the Texas driver's license that came up for Daniel Escamilla. The officer got a hit for David Escamilla, the defendant's real name, and saw there was an outstanding warrant. The Texas driver's license photo for David Escamilla resembled the defendant. The officer utilized mobile APIS and confirmed that the defendant was David Escamilla. The defendant admitted to providing the officer with his twin brother's information instead of his own due to the open warrant.
Do you see if he has a license? Can you check, please?
Yeah, he's ineligible, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Escamilla, I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me today. I don't give a rat's behind what is going on in your life. If you don't have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, you are not to drive. And if I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You have a lawyer, Mr. Escamilla.
No, sir.
I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today. Your assault case is 1,000 days old. We are going to figure out what happens with this case today. Can you appoint him a lawyer, please? If this case gets reset today, you will get an ankle monitor, and I'm going to send you for a drug test right now. I want to ensure that you're not using anything as well. You know what? Let's just do that now. Felicia, if you can send him, please. If you fail to take the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to make your bond so high you'll have hair falling out. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The next time you take off on me and fail to come to court, so help me on those bonds. Do you understand?
Yes.
Take a seat for me. Joseph Martin?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Martin, you have a total of 4 open cases. You're charged with 4 counts of assault. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 8th, 2025, officers were dispatched to 4527 Perry Street in Houston, Texas, in Harris County regarding an assault. The complainant, Hayes, stated that she was in a verbal argument with the defendant, and that led to her being pushed by the defendant. Complainant Hayes said that she hurt her hand due to being pushed into a car with the defendant and that she felt pain. The complainant, McDaniel, then stated that she confronted the defendant to see if her friend getting assaulted by the defendant. The defendant then started swinging and struck the back of Daniel's head, and that complainant felt pain as well. Complainant Powell then stated that she was assaulted by the defendant due to also trying to defend her friend, complainant Hayes. Complainant Powell says that he approached them to confront the defendant, and the defendant just started swinging and that she got struck by the defendant. Complainant Powell stated that she does not recall how that she was hit, but that she felt pain. Complainant Martin stated that she knows the defendant from school and they both attend TSU. The complainant Martin stated that she was trying to calm the defendant down but does not remember the physical assault due to her being knocked out unconscious by the defendant. Complainant Martin felt pain. A witness stated that she saw the whole incident and saw that the defendant was arguing with complainant Hayes and that the defendant started pushing complainant Hayes into a vehicle. Complainant Martin was then trying to de-escalate the situation and stated that when she saw complainant Martin get struck by the defendant and get knocked unconscious for approximately 2 minutes.
Is that number 3 or 2?
That's 4.
That's the 4th.
That's the 4th, Your Honor. The witness then stated that she saw the defendant punch complainant Martin on the left side of the face. The defendant admitted to being involved in the physical altercation with the complainant and pushing them away. The The complainant 2 had a knot on the back of her head. Complainant 3 had a small swelling on the left side of her face. And complainant 4 had small swelling under her left eye and was transported to the hospital due to being unconscious.
All this happens at TSU?
It is. It was a party, yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Martin, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now barring you from going to TSU.
Yes, sir.
I'm barring you now from going to TSU.
Oh,
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with any of the complaining witnesses in this case, not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, not to be in possession of weapons. If I find that you're a danger to my community, I will do everything in my power to take you off the street. Do you understand?
sir, I understand. May I ask what this bar? Okay.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Martin.
No, sir.
You work.
Yes, sir.
I'll have you fill out an application. Deputy Miranda will give you an application. I'll see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. Then I'll have you meet with Felicia for your bond conditions. Life is way too short to sit in a box that's 6 by 9, man. Keep my city safe. Otherwise, it's going to go sideways real quick. You understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Okay, come on.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Right this way.